Well, folks, figure to get back on here. It's been a couple, 2, 3 days. The only reason I really got on here is I kept seeing when they find out there's no gold in Fort Knox, and oh man, the economy is just gonna, man, it's just the market's gonna crash. I mean, you got 48 hours, folks. I mean, wow. I mean, you don't even have that. Get your money out of the banks. Head to the hills. You know, I would hope by now people that watch this have kind of started to see a pattern with these idiots. See, you don't know. God knows. I don't know. They don't know. No one knows. Okay? When everything will just automatically, just come down and take a crash. Now, I'm not saying that's not totally. You might have some people in the upper echelon of the banking industry and things like that. Maybe the markets. Some people on Wall Street. I mean, I'm talking. Your people you never hear of. Now they might know and they might control it. They might even instigate it. But the rest of us, no, we don't know. Yeah, I mean, if they knew so damn much about how everything was going to crash and burn and this and that, hell, they'd be shorting all kinds of things, wouldn't they? And of course, with them shorting stuff, as wrong as they are, they'd be broke right now. And you wouldn't be hearing from them, which would be a good thing. I mean, people, you got to put your trust in the Lord. That's it. It's that simple. Don't worry about anything. I mean, God's got your back. He's always there for you. You have a purpose here. What that purpose is, you don't know, probably. I don't know. There's so many things out there that you just don't know. But you do know one thing: God has your back, and He's your Savior. And with that being known, well, there's no reason to fear anything. Let the markets crash. Why? God has your back. I mean, there's a lot of things out there that are unknown. The future is unknown. Some of us, we may not make it till tomorrow or the end of the day, even. That happens. That's why you have to be ready to meet your Maker. I might jump around a little bit here on a couple things because just by me saying that popped into my head. You hear about cremation and blah blah blah. There's nothing in the book that says anything about cremation. Like you're gonna burn in hell because you cremated. Okay. The fact of the matter is this: they never want to talk about what burial at sea. There's a lot of men that were buried at sea. Their bodies decayed and fish ate them, and they ended up here, there. I mean, they could be spewed all over the place. You just don't know. But this is what I'm getting at is you can scramble an egg. You can bust an egg, scramble it all up, right? God can put that egg back together. So don't concern yourself with it. That's what I'm getting at. See, God could do things like that. We can't. I can't put it. I can't put the shell back together and the yolk over here and then the whites over here and then put it all back and then put the egg. I can't do that. But God just thinks it and it's done. That's how simple it is for Him. Things are out of our control, but not His. Just be patient. Sit back and let God control and run your life. You ever notice when you have conflict in your life, it's usually because you're trying to make something happen the way you want it to happen. You're trying to control this and you're trying to control that instead of saying, okay, God, we're going to see where you take me. And God takes over. A lot of things change at the very last minute, very last second. God knows. He knew before you were even in the womb. And thank you. Constantly thank God for what you have. And what you have is Him. So you got to thank Him for not just the material bullshit, okay? But you got to thank Him for putting Jesus on that cross. And Jesus, He rose. He rose again. People say, oh, He died on the cross. Well, yeah, He did die on the cross. Many men died on the cross. That was nothing unique, okay? What was unique is He rose again. That ain't been done. Ever before and ever since. It's not been done, people. Only one could do that, and that's God, So just remember that. They say, oh, He died on the cross for you. Well, yeah, He did. He did. That's part of it. But like I said, many men died on the cross back then. That was the way they like to torture people and kill people. But the thing He did that nobody else has ever done in the whole universe is He rose again. So, no one has that power but Him. So just remember that. There's no reason to fear. Christians don't fear. And people, there's people out there that get scared and have a weak constitution, and they contemplate suicide. No, no. You think that's your way out? It's not your way out. Because you killed the physical body, but you haven't killed the spirit. And your spirit, well, guess what? It may end up in hell for eternity. So you just went from one bad place to a much, much worse place and forever. Okay? So don't get that thought out of your mind. If you're having problems like that, go talk to a good qualified pastor, somebody that's somebody that's rooted in God. Somebody will take time with you. And if you're having problems like that, well, I probably said a lot of people, you just go back and watch my old videos. You see, there was this woman in this congregation, and she's having all these problems. She's depressed and committed, wanted to commit suicide and didn't want to be here and all kinds of things. Just the world was just awful. So the pastor says, well, he says, we have some shut-ins. He says, well, would you be willing to go check on some of these shut-ins? Because, we're kind of get overwhelmed sometimes, and we don't always have what we need. We'd appreciate it, if we could give you some money for fuel and that kind of stuff. But could you, maybe take a few minutes of your day and check on some of these people? And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, she's not doing anything, so she would. Saw her a month later. How you doing? How you feeling? Oh, I'm good. I'm really, you are, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm so busy taking, helping so and so and helping this person and going over and checking on them and getting groceries for this person and that. She says, I'm so busy. I just, I don't have time for any of that stuff. She says, and you see what happened? She didn't think of herself. She wasn't just thinking of herself being selfish. The pastor knew. Give her a purpose, a calling that's larger than her, helping others. And all of a sudden, she forgot all about herself, and now she went, oh, life's good again. Matter of fact, it's better than good because she's helping other people, which makes her feel good. You see? See, the problem is most of us, we think of ourselves. We're selfish. When we ask God for something, it's because we're asking for ourselves, okay? You know? I mean, I get it. You're sick. You don't want to be sick, and you're asking God for healing and things like that. Okay, now that's a little different. I get that. But, it's like, oh, God, I need money. I want to win the lottery. Well, okay. I mean, I hear you. But if I give you the winnings of a lottery, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go out and spend all that money on this and that and be on yourself and be selfish with it? Or are you going to help people? And there's a difference between helping someone that needs help and someone that you're enabling. There's a difference between those two things. There's people you can enable, which I've talked about this in the old videos, and this is how I look at it. So I'll put it out there again for you. It's like an investment. You have good investments and bad investments. People are the same way. You can look at someone and say, "Man, if I help this person out, they're energetic, they got a sharp mind. They want to work, they want to do, and they're not pulling bullshit over on my eyes." You know what I'm saying? So if I give them, help them out a little bit, I'll certainly, man, that's a good investment. Somebody that sits around on their ass and doesn't want to do nothing, and the world's terrible, blah blah blah. It's like, well, yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, come on, really? That's a bad investment. Like God says, don't work, don't eat. I didn't make the rules. If you're crippled and you're bad off and stuff, oh, hell yeah, man. I mean, shit, my heart goes out to you. I mean, we should help those people. I mean, we should. And we shouldn't just give them the bare minimum either. And we should help them and make sure they have a good life. Like 24/7 care. We look at all the money they're finding that just get pissed away. Um, the government could build a apartment complex, a nice one, nothing big and elaborate, but a nice one, and hell, they could have a attendants down there taking care of people left and right, and 24/7 care in the place, meals made, delivered, picked up. Man, I'm telling you. And then there should be a site on there too, so you could donate. Well, that'd be a good place to donate. So, they take donations too. Well, awesome. So, I'm just saying, help. You know, help people out too, but don't be taken advantage of. Look at it as an investment, good and bad. Hell, you got kids. Somebody got kids. You love them, but it's like, man, what are you doing? I mean, they got the big screen TV. They got the fancy clothes, the I don't know, Gucci coach or whatever purses, and all kinds of fancy shit like that. Hell, I'm still wearing my old burnt thing from last year or a couple of years. I don't know when I did that. Caught on fire. So I mean, I'm still wearing it. Why? Well, because it's fine. I mean, it suits me fine. Hell, my collar's probably all tore up too from, being wore. Did I throw it away? Well, no, I'll wear it until it actually probably falls off. you know, I mean, I value a dollar. Like I said before, tools and stuff around. I'm not a tool collector, but I buy a tool when I need it. I run across something that needs a specialty tool. Okay, well, I'll buy it. But that's it. I don't go around and just buy stuff. And oh, if I got like something like an impact, an air impact or something breaks, I usually take them apart. See what's wrong. Maybe even order a rebuild kit for them because they're usually fairly cheap, and just rebuild the thing. I mean, I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. It's just, I probably spend more money on those than I do. Well, and maybe this, hey, you know. But like I was saying, folks, your life will be much happier if you don't try to control everything and let God be God. Okay, let God run the world. Let God be in charge of your life. He loves it, man. I mean, you're his most special creation in the whole world. Why? He gave you free will. He gave you a soul and free will. The angels hate, man, they don't like it. They don't have free will. The angels don't have that. They're envious of you. Satan is envious of you. He hates you, You're God's greatest creation. Think about it. And he don't cut you out. I mean, people read horoscopes and do the uh, the palm stuff, and those cards and witchcraft is basically what it comes down to. Why? There again, you're doing something totally opposite and you're going to the dark side. Don't stay away from that shit. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. And stay away from it. Oh, it's kind of humorous sometimes. I mean, I don't read that stuff, but some people say, what the horoscope says, or they say, mine said, it's like they read it. It's just laugh because it's stupid. It's just kind of humorous. It's not like you believe any of that horseshit. So, folks, I just got on here just to talk about these people and their stupid. The world's gonna crash, economy's gonna crash. Someday it will. History does repeat itself on those things, but the problem is you see, years ago everything was done on. Well, they didn't have electricity. I mean, you wanted the books for a business, you might have to wait a couple, 2, 3 weeks on horseback. I mean, then they got the little tick, tick, the the little telegraphs. That helped out a lot. You could find out what's going on in the world a little faster. But now we've got these, and your phones, which I don't know where it is. So what I'm getting at is everything you can find out anything you want just like now. So if they want to crash the market, it would happen like boom, and it would just like ripple effect around the world. And that's it, literally. See, years ago it didn't work that way. Things kind of had to work itself out a little bit, and then just kind of get worse, 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 and then get a little better. It took time. Now, instantaneous, pretty much, and that's like the downfall of mankind. We didn't have the technology way back when, which kept everything at a slower pace. I mean, what? Columbus hit 1492, I think it was. He stepped foot here, and damn well Vikings and a lot of other ones here before that. Plus the American Indian. But what all I'm getting at is, for hundreds, if not thousands of years, none of that. technology was so slow. And it was slow, real slow. So everything stayed pretty much the same. No great big huge breakthroughs until we industrial revolution. We hit electricity, man. Then we hit gas, oil and stuff, and then also we put that stuff together in combustion engine and started making electric motors, and then the industrial revolution came along, and boom. Well, this is even faster because now you got this. Everything just keeps going boom, boom, faster and faster and faster. So basically, I'm saying your demise is coming sooner than you think because it keeps getting faster. When they get their AI in, good foothold in AI. I mean, it's in its infancy right now, but they like they said they gotta like make a, you know, double, if not a third, double more, electricity, just in this country for AI. Well, when that happens, you know what it, man, AI is just gonna be mind-boggling. Now, what happens after that, man? I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I know what the prophecies say, but I trust in God. I mean, just what you got in life. You have God, the Father, the Creator of all. He knows. He ain't gonna let nothing happen to you that you know. He loves a righteous man. So everybody's a sinner. Okay, don't take me wrong. I'm the biggest sinner I know because I don't know you. So with that said, we have to repent, and we're not going to be perfect. That is why God created prayer. And you can pray anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter. God's listening. God's always listening. He knows what you need before you even pray. He's omnipotent. He knows all. How many whiskers and how many hair fall. He's got to count for all this stuff. Trust in him, and let your life be more peaceful. Don't walk into a job going, oh God. Walk into a job going, who do I get to see today? Somebody might come in and I was like, hey, how you doing? I see you in a while, or you see some of the other employees or people like that. You kind of chit chat a little bit. Find out a little bit about them maybe. You know, some people don't want to chit chat, and that's okay. But well, I could go on and on, folks, but I just figured I'd get on here. Like I said, I was going to kind of ramble a little bit after I got done with the one part, and I did. So, hey, y'all take care. And I'll tell you, I mean this. I hope every one of you, and people that don't even watch this and that don't even know I exist or you exist or anything else, I wish everyone the best. Because all this is done by God's grace. God's grace. Not mine, not yours. No one, God's grace. And I hope He smiles upon you and He keeps you. You folks, you all take care. And it's not quite as cold today, but I'm trying to see where my mouse is at. So you take care now.